It won't come as a surprise to anyone that the government is concerned about the results for our students over a long period of time. For 10 years, whether it's OECD statements, PISA reports, the NAPLAN data, TIMS documents, all the international and domestic studies of our students' results indicate that we've been going backwards for a good decade. Students are our first priority for this government, and therefore, during the election campaign, we talked about 4 pillars that would form the centrepiece of our approach to school education. It was teacher quality, parental engagement, school autonomy, and the national curriculum, or curriculum. We said we wanted to have a robust curriculum that was going to serve our students well, and today we are keeping that election promise by addressing that pillar of our approach to school education by announcing a national review of the national curriculum. Of course, the states and territories own and operate all the schools, so we'll be working very closely with our state and territory ministerial counterparts to ensure that whatever the national review comes up with, the recommendations of that review are implemented by the states and territories in concert with the Commonwealth. So this is a cooperative approach to school education. I want to make sure that our students are put first, and I'm sure every state and territory education minister would accept and agree with that priority. I'm not going to prejudge the outcome of the national curriculum, but suffice to say there has been criticism of the national curriculum over a lengthy period of time. The criticisms have ranged from it being overcrowded and heavily prescriptive and rigid through to the necessity to have themes that form the national curriculum at the moment. The current three themes are Australia's place in Asia, Indigenous Australia and sustainability. Now, there's some question about whether those themes fit with maths and science, for example. How do those 3 themes impact on maths and science, which they don't give themselves 2 themes? So these are some of the things that I'm going to ask the National Review of the Curriculum to look at, and I'm sure that they will do an excellent job. Kevin Donnelly and Ken Wiltshire are both highly intelligent, well-considered and experienced educators over a long period of time in broadly similar but also different fields. So while Kevin Donnelly has been a teacher for 18 years and since that time become an academic, a researcher, a commentator, a writer about education and curriculum, he brings that particular perspective to a review of the national curriculum. Ken Wiltshire is a professor at the University of Queensland. He has been a long-standing academic involved in the development of curriculum in Queensland and internationally, and both men will bring a real perspective to this review that I think will make a difference for our students in achieving a better curriculum, a curriculum that's robust and worthwhile and sets up our students for the 21st century. So I might ask Kevin to make a few comments, and then I'm happy to take any questions.
Thank you very much, Minister, and welcome to all of you here today. I mean, it's a great honour and a privilege to be involved in this review. My background, some of you might know, I was a teacher for 18 years, as the Minister has said. I suppose I'm a curriculum nerd, if you like. I actually wake up in the morning, my wife Julia gets a bit distressed, but I always sort of read the papers and see what's happening with education. And I went back while I was a teacher and did postgrad work in curriculum. And I've actually been involved in 3 significant benchmarking projects over the last 20 years or so. One in Victoria for the then Phil Goode was a minister, one federally when Brendan Nelson was a minister, and also one in New Zealand for the Business Roundtable. And one of the things that fascinates me, and I think is critical, as the Minister has suggested, is to try and look at those better performing systems, those education systems overseas. Now, whether it's in Europe, most of them are in Asia Pacific actually, so Singapore, Japan, Korea, but also Finland, to look at those education systems and to try and learn as much as possible that we can in Australia at the state and territory level what can be done to improve, strengthen the curriculum. Now, it will be consultative. I was on the Board of Studies in Victoria for a couple of years. I know the states and territories have ownership, if you like, They employ the teachers, they manage the schools, so it will be consultative. Many of the people who Ken will be talking to are friends. I've known them for many years. Australia is quite a small education community in some ways. So, as I said, I'm very eager to get involved. I'm very happy to be involved. It's a great privilege. And it's something that is critically important for young Australians and for teachers. I mean, my daughter's a teacher, my wife was a teacher, I was a teacher. We need to look at a curriculum that is teacher-friendly. We need to look at a curriculum that is world's best, to use that cliche. And we need to look at what will be, frankly, cost-effective, because a great deal of money goes into education, a great deal of innovation has occurred, and sometimes I wonder what the outcomes are in terms of has it actually worked or not. So it's a good time to be doing this, and thank you very much.